backrooms get chlorinated with pools. That's coming up next on JO42 Reviews. The term walking simulator began as an epithet to describe 2014's Gone Home, with some critics deriding the play experience as one which posed no actual challenges to the player and was thus not an actual game. That, along with the game's insufferably saccharine teen lesbian romance storyline, earned the title more than its fair share of derision among hardcore gamers. Nevertheless, the developers had unwittingly launched a new genre. Although it was preceded by Dear Esther in 2012, Gone Home became the title most closely associated with a new breed of interactive experiences that used first-person perspective purely as a storytelling vehicle to such a degree that by the time its developer Fulbright returned with Tacoma, their science fiction follow-up, the genre had already exploded with the likes of The Stanley Parable, The Beginner's Guide, and Everyone's Gone to the Rapture, among many others. The genre itself has been hit and miss with me. I absolutely loved The Stanley Parable and its existentially tortured follow-up, The Beginner's Guide, and I actually thought Tacoma was a stronger and far more immersive offering than Gone Home. But at the same time, the genre has also had some particularly redolent lemons, with 2015's Sunset outstanding among them. The bottom line is this: if you're going to reduce interactivity to the point that it starts to seem wholly unnecessary, you might be better off just making a movie. And for the record, I actually do think Sunset could have made for an interesting short film. But walking simulators have proven to be adaptable to cultural trends, especially our newfound appreciation for ambiance as an experience unto itself. In the years since Gone Home, there's been a new appreciation for liminal spaces and the strange blend of comfort and disquiet they provide. This is a niche that walking simulators were born to fill. Maybe it's because the sense of weary disconnect we all feel in this culturally ambivalent time has left us wanting to stroll aimlessly through an aimless world of vaguely nightmarish nostalgia. It started with Vaporwave and the Backrooms, and now it's a full-blown pop culture moment. And that's where Pools hits a sweet spot. You awaken to find yourself exploring a seemingly endless world of indoor swimming pools that form a fiendish and often disorienting maze. To that end, it almost seems unfair to lump Pools into the walking simulator genre. The level layouts do present a significant challenge, and I found myself drawing maps to stay on top of it all. Cracks begin to emerge in the fabric of reality as the player probes deeper into the unexplained realm. Distant noises hint at other visitors to the facility or faceless agents working behind the scenes, and the building's architecture becomes increasingly disorienting and surreal, with constructs that suggest there's some sort of religious machinations or grotesque research experiment at work behind the whole thing. Where Pools succeeds is in its atmosphere. If you're dipping your toes into the liminal space waters for the first time, this is a great place to start. The water and vapor details alone are so rich that it feels like walking around in a David Hockney painting. And as the intensity ramps up, the dreamlike becomes nightmarish. A sinister, Kafkaesque feeling of eyes bearing down upon you becomes suffocating. What's hit or miss is the depth behind that roller coaster ride. You won't find anything in the way of an explanation, plot, or character development. The game now even comes with a prequel, Episode 0, which seems to explore the events leading up to how the player first arrived inside the endless pool house, but even that doesn't offer much more than assuring you that you were somewhere before the first level started, and that place was weird as hell too. I don't want that criticism to denigrate the experience, however. Zero was actually my favorite part of the game. I'm an architecture junkie and I love cities at night. So for me, getting to walk around in that nameless metropolis was cozy and haunting in equal measure, and that was definitely the high point of the process. I'm recommending Pools with the caveat that it won't be for folks looking for a traditional game or even a traditional walking simulator, since those usually use walking as a means of conveying a story. But for art house weirdos like myself who get a kick out of interactive dreamscapes, it's definitely worth a soak. Thumbs up. If you enjoyed this video, please consider becoming a regular subscriber at patreon.com/JordanOwen42. Your contribution helps me continue to bring you content like this and grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching.